Hello, my name is Hannah, and today we are building a farmhouse in The Sims 4. Now, this video took me a lot longer than a lot of the other builds that I've ever done, because this build took me like 3 hours of just building. Usually I can get a house this size done in like 2 hours and a half maybe, and so this definitely took me a while. I'm not sure if that's because of the outside or the inside. I didn't really check. But I'm gonna go with probably the inside because the outside's not even that complicated. Because it may be a farmhouse, but the farm aspect isn't really there. There's a couple gardens, just fenced in dirt, basically. But there's a bunch of landscaping, which I do think I cut out because I just spent like 15 minutes placing the same 4 bushes in different spaces around the house. But yeah, it's a 50 by 50 lot in Willow Creek, and I fenced it in with the white fence from Strangerville, and I built this big house. Well, actually I built the house first and then I put the fence. Yeah, orders. But yeah, it's fenced in, so it's like a more farm like, and I put bushes all around the fence, so it's kind of cute. The fence is sometimes, the bush sometimes goes through the fence in the back, but I didn't correct that because I didn't think that was necessary. You can't really see it, and also sometimes the bush is gonna grow through the fence. And I've sat here probably talking for like a minute about the fence. So there's big oak trees all around the house because I thought that was a good way to fill up all of the space. And oh, and also originally this house was blue, because I was like, yeah, I haven't built a blue house in a while. That's a joke. I built one like the other day. But I decided to change it to red later on because I felt, farmhouse, the barn is red, so we'll give it some of those more farmhouse vibes by making it red. It's not entirely red. It has like accents of red, or there may be just accents of white. It's red and white. Just make up your mind. But yeah, it is blue for a very long time. I try and make that work with the colors, but I just didn't like it. Something seemed off about it. It looked like all of my other houses, and I was trying to go out of my comfort zone. Definitely building a bigger house because I don't do that a lot. There's 5 bedrooms, including the office, and like 3 or 4 bathrooms. I don't remember. Yeah, so I try and make it white, because I wanted to use that door, but I didn't know what color went well with the door. Currently it's white, and that probably doesn't stay that long. Here's where I figure out the red looks kind of good, but I was like, the entire house red is kind of bold, so parts of it does change to white, and the door does change back to the blank white swatch too. And so I tried brick accent walls, and I just think that that's a lot of brick and red coloring because it doesn't really change very much because it's still red brick. So we changed it to white, which I think looks good. Looks better than it did originally. And I put these planter boxes. I did this in my decades build. I'm not sure which one. I built 2, but only one of them made it into a video. But I think I did both of that. I put the more flowy flower box over the normal flowering one, because the one that's flowy doesn't have flowers in it, so I stacked the 2, and I think it looks kind of cool. I don't know if I've seen that other places or if I came up with it. I don't really know. I watch a lot of speed builds. There's a big pause right here. Oops. So then I go in and I place these bushes, and I place these bushes, as I said earlier, around the entirety of the fence and also around the house too. I really like the bush because it's plain and long, but it's not square like the other bush type that we have. So at this time I'm trying to figure out where the trees are, because I usually don't do trees or landscaping until after I've done the inside, because sometimes I change the shape of the inside or the outside depending on how well the floor plan works out. But I think the trees and the terrain paint and parts of the fence before even the floor plan, which is bold. So now I'm doing the back because I wanted, you know, it not to be flat. And this definitely took a long time because fronts are so much easier. I don't know why. For me, I have much easier time coming up with the fronts, and then the back's just like blank, and then I'm like, oh, I have to do the back too. And so I make it really boring, like all of my other houses, backs, and I just continue the porch all the way around to the back. I'm not sure if that would be considered wraparound because it's not wrapping around the entirety of the house. It's wrapping around, like, you know, 2/3 of the house. But, you know, you can get out to the back now with a back door. And, oh, I add more bump outs to it. I try several different areas of adding the bump outs, but it didn't really work that much. And then, you know, columns on the edges again. And then I go and I place this trim around the edge so that it's more defined where the second story starts. And then I'm looking for the window that's like kind of like, I don't know, poofed out. I don't know what it's called right now. And then I continue to place these bushes around the house. And I thought about doing the thing with the floor tiles where it like turns around the corner too, but I just didn't want to waste my time on that because I knew it was already going to be a very long video at this point. And so I put some basic lights in so I can see. I feel like I can't see without the lights in to do the floor plan. I've probably said that multiple times before. But here I'm trying to do the floor plan. I don't know how long it took me to do the floor plan. I did this build quite a bit ago. I think it didn't take that long because I was trying several things at once, and I think it just flowed really well. I think that's because it's quite an awkward shape, which doesn't make any sense, but I feel like the more awkward the build shape, the easier it is to floor plan it, because like if it's a square, where's the room supposed to start and where is it supposed to end? I don't know. That's why colonial like type houses are weird for me. But yeah, the floor plan, I start it really open and then I close it off more as we go. So currently that entire like middle section is open, but I'm pretty positive that makes 3 or 4 rooms at the end. Currently there's 2 or 3 bathrooms downstairs. There is another bathroom, so I may have miscounted how many bathrooms there are. There's probably more like 6 bathrooms, not 3 or 4. Wow, I can count really well then. Yeah, but there's definitely 5 bedrooms because there's 4 upstairs and then the office. Okay, at least I got that right. So here's the dining room that may or may not get closed off from what I think becomes like a game room kind of thing next to the office. The office is downstairs. It's that room also in the front, not next to the dining room. You probably have no idea what I'm trying to describe right now, but you'll figure that out later when I go to decorate it. And I put some chairs and then some plants and then that little like table thing right there. I put a mirror over it, and then I have like this like mudroom type stuff on like the front door and the back door. There's not really anything in either of those rooms, but you know, there doesn't really need to. It serves literally no purpose in The Sims, but it looks better than to be all open. Yeah, so that room just has a bookshelf in it, and this has the staircase and another bookshelf. That's shocking. So here's the living room, which is currently connected to a majority of the rest of the house, but then gets split into its own room. And I use these couches, which I really like. I think they're from Cats and Dogs. I believe that. So, and then I use this swatch of that couch a lot too. I don't know why. I use that one in the like yellow beige kind of color a lot. So here's where I go and, oh, never mind. I was about to say that this is where I go and cut it off from the rest of the house. Here it is. I cut it out from the rest of the house. I make it more detached from the kitchen, which is the room next to the bathrooms. They're in between. The one that's currently still attached to the kitchen or living room, which it might still be. I don't know if I put an archway into it. Yeah, I did put an archway into it. Well, I could just wait a couple seconds so I could figure out my answer. So this was an office space, but then I realized I had like an entire room for an office. And so that room becomes the office later, and this is just like a game room. Like it has chests and then like a fish tank. So game room's a strong word, so it has chess and fish. Yeah, that's a game room. But yeah, I close it off into those 3 rooms, and then I add another bathroom because, you know, it's a big house, so you cannot ever have that many bathrooms. So currently it's probably pretty obvious which room's the kitchen now. That room's the kitchen. I originally go with a brown color to match the rest of the woods and the rest of the house, but then I changed it to white because I wanted it to stand out a bit more. It's also like more farmhousey kind of thing in my opinion. I also think I upgrade those kitchen appliances because I have in my mind always, this is a starter home, but it's definitely not. At this point, it's probably way over a starter home. But I put an island in, and then I replaced the kitchen appliances with more expensive ones. And this is where I changed the cabinets to white because it matched the fridge, so I can put the built-in fridge from Parenthood and the oven also from Parenthood. And then I put 2 sinks because it's always handy to have 2 sinks in real life, so you can have that in The Sims too. And I put some bar stools so they can eat in the kitchen if they want to, or they can walk across the house to get to the dining room. I feel like the Sims in this house would either eat in the kitchen or eat in the living room because it's closest to the food, which, you know, is kind of realistic. So I go and I place like minimal decorations into the kitchen. Sometimes I go over with the decorations, but in this one I just placed a couple things down. And then these, I think I cut up, yeah, I cut out the bathrooms because it's kind of boring to watch me place the same 3 things in a bath in like all 6 of the bathrooms, I guess. So this is what is going to be the office. It is currently like a butler's room or like a grandparent's room, but there's so many bedrooms upstairs when I do the floor plan for that. I also, yeah, I did the entirety of the downstairs almost without the floor plan of the upstairs, not even checking if the floor plan upstairs was going to be hard, which I usually do. But, you know, it worked out all right. But yeah, there's a lot of bedrooms upstairs. There's 4, and I didn't want, there's only like 6 seats at the dining table. Oh, I don't know if all of the Sims in this house can fit at the dining table. Oh well, they'll be fine. But yeah, there's 6 or 7 bathrooms in this house, so I definitely miscounted the bathrooms in this house. Yeah, so this is the master bedroom. It's brown, like all of the other master bedrooms I've ever made. I tried making it purple, but I just didn't want to do that. But I go through the color swatches of this bed. I use this bed quite a lot too. But I just use brown furniture, brown cover, and, you know, another plant with a brown pot. You know, so this room's pretty boring, pretty brown. Oh, the rug's white though, so that's, you know, a change. So, and then I put some chairs in this room as like a little sitting area. And then I put a fireplace in it because I thought that would be nice so they can be warm. And yeah, this is when I move all of the stuff from the office to this room because it's a pretty big room and I don't like teen bedrooms. I don't know why. I am a teen, so no clue. I just don't like decorating them. They're boring. They don't have any toys in them. I feel like I don't know what to put in them. So I put an office down here. So I moved the office supplies in there. And then here's where I put the fish tank. It's a big fish tank. You can have a lot of fish in this house. And then a wall of bookcases, and then more seating areas. You can't get to some of those books, but like, it's fine. In real life, you can just, you know, move the chair. I don't know if those bookshelves are usable either, but there's a bunch of bookshelves in the entire house, and they all serve the same purpose. So, and yeah, this is a very big, like, landing area, but it just has a rug in it, so it's kind of boring. So these are like a twin or like 2 children about the same age's room. I found that bed, like, swatch, like a month ago, and I really like it. I don't think I ever saw that because it's white. It's a white frame with like cats on the bed, and like it's much more normal than like the quilted pattern, so it's more versatile. But yeah, they also have a very big dollhouse. So this is a teen room. I was just saying how I don't like teen rooms, but this one's not that horrible. I made it pink because the like the headboard and like the base of the bed is white, so it could go with some of the furniture that I was choosing. So yeah, this is teen's room. It has just white furniture and a pink bed, so it's not really pink, but then it has like a pinkish, like kind of like sunsetty picture on the wall behind the bed, and the walls are pink, so it's the pink room. And then I cut to the landscaping being done. So this is basically the inside of the house is done, so the outside is where I'm doing now. So, and yeah, I finish off the fence in, I have it like two spaces, two tiles, there we go, around the entire build. So it's even, it's a square, I think, right? Yeah, 50-50 minus 2 on each side, that would still be a square. I left part of that landscaping in, but here's where I put the rest of the bushes, and I start putting these little like gardens. I don't really know what to call them, but they're just like fenced in dirt, as I called it earlier. So it's very weird. So yeah, I do these dirt stripes. So I make the entire thing one dirt color, and then I use the darker dirt color for like stripes. I don't know where you would plant them, on the darker or the lighter. I don't know that much about gardening nor farming, so you can just place them wherever you want on those. And then here's more landscaping that just got done in a flash. Some little planters off to the side. Oh, I moved these plants in because it's taking up a lot of space. And then back here, I continue the path around to the back, and I make this bigger, area of sand or gravel, not sure really what it is, but I add more trees, cover up that side of the back of the house, and then and I move the fence in because it was a big area and I didn't know what to do with it, so I moved it in and put some trees back there because I felt like the trees fit the area a lot. And then I put two more garden spaces, so there's a total of 3. One of them's right next to it, and the other one's like, I don't know, the other way. It's facing the other way in that corner right there. And it's a different shape than the other ones. And they all have little gates from Strangerville as well into them. And then the sand area. And then I think I cut out the dirt for this one, yeah. So, and then I put more planters because you can never place that many plants. And then a little grill and a table that is the same size as the indoor ones, so if there's not enough space in the inside ones, there's on the outside. Wait, I should just count. There can be 2 adults, a teen, the 2 children, and then another person. So if there's not 2 grandparents, or if that's like a butler maid kind of thing, there's enough space, but that's fine. So it's about screenshots time. So I post 4 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So I will see you all Saturday. Bye!